What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. If it's your first time, please be sure to smash the subscribe button, like button, and give me your comment below. If it's not your first time, thanks for joining me again. This is my 2008 Saab 9.3 TurboX, and I bought it off Coparts about a month ago at this point. And over the last couple weeks, we've been dissecting everything that's wrong with this car, and today we finally have all of the proper parts in to completely restore the front end of this 9.3 TurboX. So stay tuned, guys. For starters, guys, we have new sway bar links for both sides. We have new springs for both sides. And over there, I also have new bearings for the strut mounts. So we have a whole new system on the front end, because if you guys have watched previously, you'll hear all of the popping noise and grinding noises of bad springs and bad bearings. So let's get to it. All right, new bearings. Alright, boys and girl, we have our strut assembly put back together here. So it is nice and working properly here. So let's go align this strut mount to the top tower and put our bolts back in it and call it a good time on the passenger side. Let's do it. Alright, guys, so the first thing I'm going to do before I get the strut in the way is I'm going to remove this old rotted up sway bar link. You can see that these things are for sure shot, so it's a good thing we bought new ones. So yeah, let's do it. What's good about the rust situation on this car is everything that's up here looks to be in decent shape. I mean, there's a little bit of surface rust, but nothing like crazy like it is in the back. So that's at least one good thing we got going for this car. So when we go to restore the rust, it's not so bad. So, all right, let's get to it. We got a 17mm wrench for the back side, 18 on the front side. Knock this off. So as you saw, I did a little bit of rust treatment there. Obviously, when I go through the whole car with the rust treatment, I'll go back over everything. But since I was just kind of touching it up, make it look pretty, why not? So we're gonna put the strut in now. We got the bottom half of the sway bar link in, and I'm just gonna line the holes up to the top of the shock tower, bolt up the bottom, and reassemble, and this side will be complete. Okay, so this is on, not tight, but the sway bar link and everything is lining up perfectly to the strut. So since it's doing that, I'm gonna put it in. Okay, sway bar is completely assembled. Now we're just gonna pull the assembly up here, the wheel assembly up, and put the bolts in. So let me get the bolts ready, so we have them on hand. Alright guys, so everything is assembled down here, tightened, secured, ready to roll. I'm gonna go ahead, lift up the car a little bit with the jack, put the wheel back on, lower the car, and tighten up the bolts up top here, and the passenger side will be complete. And then we gotta do the same thing again on the driver's side, because the driver's side, even though we replaced the spring once before, two things have happened since. I noticed and found out, if you watched the previous episode, or one of the previous episodes linked here, that the bearing was shot. I noticed it before I assembled it, and then of course just reconfirmed it after I assembled it. You know, listen, it's a project car. We're taking our time here, but we live and learn, and so that was one thing. The other thing is I noticed I originally ordered the wrong spring for the driver's side. So if you notice, I have another spring sitting right here. That's because when I ordered the proper spring for this side, I ordered two. So we're gonna go ahead and do the other side as well once again. So, stay tuned. I'm just going to go ahead now and finish up this side, put the wheel on. Everything is nice and tight. So now all we have left to do, which I'll work on next in the next clip here, which will probably be tomorrow, is finalizing this side. And then the front is fully rehab, new sway bar links, new struts, new strut bearings. This side's got a new bump kit. This side will also have, everything's new. Everything's new. Brand new suspension in the front. Then we gotta really dig into the back there before I actually can drive this car. Gotta take off that wheel hub. Kind of been, you know, very busy traveling for work and doing this, so figured I'd take care of the front here. We'll knock out the back there in the next episode, most likely. So stay tuned for that, but let's finish up the front here and turn the car on, turn the wheel, see if it's making any more popping noises, and it should be good. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so we officially got everything taken apart, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and just treat some of the rust on the sway bar. If you look in there, you'll see all this rubble, this dirt. This confirms the theory that the previous owner lived on a dirt road, which caused the whole suspension and the whole suspension and rear subframe to get effects. You know, that's obviously what rusted the back end of this car out, is all of the pebbles kicking up at it. We're gonna clean this up and go ahead and fix what we need to fix. Alright guys, so my GoPro died. It's obviously dark out because it's going on winter time here in northeast. But just to show you, since it was off camera, I did get this whole assembly taken apart. And I'm just going to tidy this up for the evening. So if somebody wants to walk through here, they're not tripping. Over here, I sanded this down. It had some rust on it. Got all the surface rust. I put an anti-rust coat on, and then I put a little silver paint on there to kind of match the stock silver paint over here. So that's the update. I will touch base with you guys tomorrow when it's bright outside. But we're looking good here. It's going to be good. I'm excited because this is going to complete the front end. Yeah! Alright guys, you'll notice that it's the next day since I told you we're going to do this. What happened was yesterday I put the spring upside down, ruined the whole strut mount bearing, and of course what happened next was the unfortunate part, which was this top bolt here, the torque bits here that this screws into, stripped. So I had to cut the entire strut mount and get new parts, new strut mount, and a new bearing. Fortunately, the old strut mount was all rusted out and like chipping away. So what happened was, it was a good thing, it was meant to be. Even though it cost some more money, we ended up getting a whole new strut mount here. As you can see, everything's brand new. Spring is on there. We're locked and loaded. Alright guys, we are secured here. Just gonna button up the top bolt here. Alright, all buttoned up here. Let's see how it sounds, guys. Before we did this, it was all sorts of popping and grinding. So hopefully we're good. Alright guys, we did it. I'm super pumped. Be sure to subscribe, smash the like button, comment below, and of course, if you really like me, share it to your friends so they can stay tuned, because we are rehabbing this fine piece of equipment here, 2008 Saab 9.3 TurboX. I'm coining it as one of the lowest mileage TurboXs in North America. We're going to make it famous. We're going to make it perfect, so stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. We'll have more coming shortly.